And we're live. Hey, y'all. This is Heslop Tech Talk. My name is Joshua Heslop, and we are here at youtube.com/Joshua14. And Joel, it might be a little late. We just got an update. Breaking news. He helped his neighbor cut grass, and he's all gross. So, but we are here joined by my older brother. Introduce yourself, sir.
I am Pablo. I am from Florida. Jeremy Heslop, owner and operator of OmniTech Pro, and good to be here on this lovely Friday.
Yeehaw. All right, let's just let the people know my Cherry MX Blue knockoff switches are so loud. So all right, there we go. Okay, so first up on the docket, we'll skip that phone, but I want to talk about the Intel Core X lineup and what Intel has finally announced with pricing, which is super cool.
Yeah.
And they basically just laid down the gauntlet. This is from videocards.com. So the Intel Core i9 Extreme Edition processor has 18 cores, 36 threads, teraflop CPU. So we mentioned that a little bit last week, but it's going to be the LGA 2066 sockets, 44 PCI Express 3.0 lanes, 4-channel DDR4 2666 memory support. And so here's basically the bread and potatoes. Meat and potatoes here. So at the bottom end, they have, I believe these are the bottom two i5 and i7 are Kaby Lake X processors. So they have some limitations on, I think, their memory. Yeah, they only have 16 lanes of PCIe, and they're both 4 cores, 4 threads, and 8 threads for the i5 and i7, but the prices are good. $242 for the i5 and $369 for the i7 7740X. But as you go up the barrel there, the next jump is 6 cores, 12 threads, 7800X for $389, and then $599 is the 7820X, 8 cores, 16 threads. And then this, I guess the sweet spot is $999 for 10 cores, 20 threads, and that's the i9 7900. And then it goes up from there: $1199, $1399, $1699, and $1999 for that 18 core, 36 thread processor. So that's the only Extreme Edition. So I'm sure plenty of people are going to drop down the 2 Gs for that, but yeah, so that's going to have obviously support for Optane and all that jazz. Smart cached rebalanced, more core options. Yeah, they're giving you a crap ton of core options there. So definitely, but Turbo Boost Max technology 3.0, lots of stuff to check out. So what do you think? I mean, is that going to be enough to shake up the market with AMD's offerings?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much a slap in the face, right? I mean, AMD comes out like, yay, we're our new stuff, and then Intel says, i9, goodbye, see ya. So I mean, yeah, I mean, we all expected Intel to do something like that with their next release, and because they're on the TikTok where this was the major tick, right? Some of the last year was more of just a minor tick, and this is the bigger one. So we kind of expected that it was coming, but we didn't know it was going to be that big of a. They really came out aggressive, and I think AMD kind of helped with that. So I'm glad to see it, because now they're getting aggressive with a lot of their pricing. Which, hey, that just makes everybody. The AMD guys can stay with AMD, and the people who want to stay with Intel are getting a better break. So I'm good with that.
Oh yeah. Definitely. All right. Well, you want to give us a little throwdown on Alphabet's Waymo and Otto team up?
Yeah. So this is a pretty cool. I'm always talking about different autonomous driving and different things like that. So let me get this shot here. But this is Alphabet. Waymo is their autonomous driving unit for Google, which is obviously the Alphabets. And let me get over here. And they just recently released that they're testing their driverless semi trucks. So this is kind of cool. Trucks are getting from point A to point B, across the United States, and they said it's been their 8 years of experience from all their hardware and software combined. So this is pretty cool stuff because it'll reduce cost of shipping things, and which will just make the cost of goods that are going across the United States that much better. So I think this is pretty cool. There have been you have Tesla already doing something like this, so it's not like it's new news, but it's definitely good for everybody, because I can see the more autonomous things get, they're just going to keep reducing the cost of shipping, and that'll help go to all of our pockets. So it's pretty cool. There's the whole they're talking about some of the Uber stuff with different people going from different companies and how they got sued and different things like that. So it goes a little bit into that. I'm not going to get into all that stuff, but it's definitely more attainable than getting autonomous driving in our cars, because usually they can get trucks from point A to point B relatively easily, and then once they get into like the parking lot of the loading dock, then a person actually gets in the truck, turns off the autonomous piece, and then backs it in to where they need to actually get. So, the only time you technically really need to have people involved are at the shipping docks and locations like that. So I think it's pretty cool because, we'll probably potentially, like they're saying, people get in trucks accidents, like 4,000 people, 116,000 people get killed every year. If the autonomous technology is in there, it's already been shown in the Tesla and the Model S and the Model X that so many people have had less accidents because the car stops immediately or tells you to get the heck out of there really fast.
Right.
And so, stupid Forbes. I think the more autonomous driving that's out there is definitely going to reduce accidents and reduce our cost of shipping. And so I think it's some cool stuff coming around there, and Google is kind of pushing that with all their Waymo, and I think that's good for everybody.
Now, as long as they have sensors so that they don't hit bridges.
Yes, exactly, or fall off the end, or take the wrong turn from the GPS and the Google Maps that says turn right here, and it's actually going off the side of a river or something like that. But
or it's a sharp.
I'm sure they'll have those things, but yeah, exactly. Whoops. I'm sure they'll take more of the interstates, and they'll be on more of the bigger roads and stuff. Hopefully, you're not the human trying to bypass traffic and take the back roads and try to get to a special place. So it's pretty cool. I'll be interested to see what comes of it. But you'll be looking over, and instead of seeing a truck driver looking down, you're like, "What's up?" and honk, you'll just see an empty thing. You're like, okay, kids, stop giving the honk sign. Nobody's there.
They need to put a robot in there that will turn and be like,
oh no. Yeah, that has a little waving thing, or has like a Terminator robot eye that kind of turns, and everybody freaks out and goes away.
Are you Sarah Connor?
Tell me.
All right. Well, Computex is, it's still going on. It's happening. It's over. I don't know. But I just have a few products that I'm excited about, awesome. Mainly monitors and laptops. So the Acer Predator X35 and the Asus ROG Swift PG35 VQ, which just rolls off the tongue like butter. Exactly. Well, this is from anontech.com. And so basically they're saying they both simultaneously announced two 4K G-Sync HDR displays with ultra fast 144 refresh rates. And that was at CES, but now they're making their 35-inch curved G-Sync HDR monitors at Computex. So, and before I think they were 27-inch, and now these are 35, but they're only 1440, 21:9, since there's not really people don't want to do 4K curved 21:9 because that'd be way too many pixels. Well, they're already doing 8K monitors, but
right, with 2 display ports.
Exactly. So they both are at 200 hertz max refresh rate, peak brightness of 1000 nits. They have a full array backlight with 512 LED zones, and they have the HDR10 format, as well as the DCI P3 color gamut. And I believe they're both, they have that quantum dot enhancement technology. And I believe they're both integrated with 100% RGB Adobe.
Cool.
So yeah, let's switch over to the Acer Predator Triton 700 gaming laptop from tomshardware.com. And this is one of their Max Q designs that we were talking about last week. So
pad up top.
Yes, so this one has a GTX 1080 in it. And since it's the Max Q, I think it's a little bit less.
2 gigabytes.
Yeah, so it's got the Core i7-7700 HQ, up to 32 gigabytes DDR4, and 2 M.2 slots for you can actually do a RAID 0 configuration, which would be crazy. But this I don't understand is you got a 1080. Why would you need just a 1920 by 1080 IPS display? Now it does have G-Sync, which is great, but I mean, I guess 1080 is better on battery life and all that kind of stuff. But
I guess.
But yeah, it's interesting. Whereas, you think that you'd want a 4K display, or at least 1440 display, but I guess they're trying to cut some cost on that. So they do have a Gorilla Glass window in the chassis, which shows off. Let me see here. Oh, it's right here. So it's like you can actually see the cooling. Which I don't know why you would need to do that, but whatever. So yeah. All right. Well, that was the Acer Predator Triton 700. I think we had talked about that announced a while back, but this is the Asus answer to that. This is their ROG Zephyrus review, and this is their Max Q design. This has another 1080 in it, but this one has I believe it has a 4K display. And let me see the rest of the.
Now, are these based off the new Intel X299 chipsets, or are they?
Some of them do have the 7820 HQ. Some of them only have like the Acer only has a 7700 HQ. So this is not going to be available till July, or June or July. So yeah, but this one has a RGB keyboard in there. So a lot of these ones from MSI and Gigabyte, all the major guys are coming out with mechanical keyboards in their flagship designs. So definitely,
I'll take it.
I know, right? Definitely some crazy stuff there going on. But and obviously with the new Intel Core i9 stuff and Core X stuff, it's all X299 now. Motherboards. So they've got lots of crazy M.2 configurations, some with four drives you can put in there.
Some with 4 M.2s. Yeah.
Yes, it's insanity.
That's awesome.
And lots of new crazy case designs and all that jazz. So definitely some cool stuff coming down the pipes from a lot of different companies. So we will be covering some more in the future. But how about some pixel morphing, giving 3 times the resolution? What you got?
Yeah. So who came up with this? I have to look at the page here again. But I think it was Toshiba. No, it was the center of Florida. Anyway, they're taking the regular pixels, and they've found a way to basically triple the amount of pixels that are coming out. So this one here that would normally be like 1 pixel that has your RGB and white. As you can see, they're basically making it so you can get 3 separate pixels come out of the same thing. So essentially taking the exact same LCD screens we have now, a standard LCD monitor, and squeezing 3 times the resolution out of it. Now, you can't take your normal LCD screens you have now, and because their controllers on them are still just the 1-to-1. But they're saying that they've replaced the controllers with this special trick that morphs the pixels into subpixels with still a full range of color for all 3 pixels, and essentially triples the number of pixels. So I thought this was really cool because it'll basically take what your 1080 screens and make them from going from 1K to 4K without having to pump in actual pixels. Basically tricking it to make it almost 4K. So that will be kind of cool if they can get that technology out sooner than later. And then your 4Ks, you're basically could potentially make 12K, because you're
oh my gosh, that'd be nuts.
You're pumping in three more pixels per pixel.
Yeah.
So
and a 2K would be 6K. So exactly. Wow.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know how, like, if these are in like a star pattern, or if they're like 1 pixel is 3 pixels tall or wide, or how it's going to expand up or sideways, because 3 is not an even number, but it's because of the RGB, the way they're doing it with the RGB. So 200% improvement of the display resolution is what they're saying, but it is giving you 3 times the resolution out of a standard LCD monitor from the University of Central Florida. So,
and it's saying it just needs new software.
New software and some tweaking on the controller. So probably if the controller can take new software, then you can update the controllers. But otherwise, new monitors with the new controllers will have to come with that on there.
Wow.
But it's a way of they're altering some of the voltage that's sent through the display, as well as the way that the pixels are getting tweaked.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more than just changing the voltage than just tweaking the voltage, but it can pretty cool morphing, surface morphing is what they're saying it is. They're calling it that way, but that's kind of cool because it gets as those panels, the bigger they get, like that Dell 8K or whatever, how many people have 10 grand, but now you could potentially get an 8K monitor for, $500 or less, with all the bells and whistles. So that's kind of impressive. I thought that was neat to, seeing all the new curved monitors and stuff that was coming out, and they're showing 3 curved monitors here that they were using to get the triple resolution on those, and they have special software on these monitors that they're showing here. But I thought that was kind of cool. I didn't see anybody else really reporting that other than TechSpot here. So
yeah, that's wild. So hopefully they can use that for mass market stuff. I mean, hopefully somebody licenses that technology and picks it up, and so that way that they can just say, hey, breathe some new life. And I mean, because the LED LCDs look great still, I'd do it on that instead of if it's just LCD that needs it, you don't even need IPS, right? So that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, LCD has been tried and true, out there. So, hey, I'm ready. Let's do it.
No doubt. So we're waiting on Joel for a second, but I'm going to pause to. He's going to talk about the Essential Phone by Senor Andy Rubin. But I have another giveaway going on right now with 3. Let me see which which mouse have I not
Which
shown
giveaway am I
yet?
talking about?
I know.
That one.
Exactly. Well, I want to plug one of these in. So
Oh, so they light up. Yeah,
show it
that's
off,
very
show it
fun.
off. But the giveaway link is going to be in the description, and I'll post it in the chat here in just a second. But ooh, it's red right now. Snazzy.
Oh, it's changing.
Yeah. So
Sweet.
all these are, I think the most expensive one is like $13, but
Okay.
it was cool. I did a little 5 minutes review video and just showed some of the features, and they all have DPI buttons. Some only one button, so you got to just press it a bunch of times.
Yeah. And, I got one of those.
None of them have software, so you just basically have to use they advertise, oh, it's just plug and play.
Yeah, right. I mean, for the cost, they work pretty good. I mean, because I got one of the keyboard mouse like tech net combos or whatever they're called. You know, just the knockoff Chinese brand or whatever. And I was really surprised at the build. I mean, for just a cheaper mechanical keyboard, I mean, I don't even know what switches they're using, but you know, the typing's good for playing games, and even though you can't, like you were showing the other week, you could turn the keyboard off to not rotate colors or just to keep one color, but the mice you can't. So it's like unless you open it up and clip the LED off or something like that,
you're stuck.
You know,
with
you're
the
stuck
colors.
with all the rotating colors, which you know is kind of annoying. But at the same time, you're not like looking at your hand the whole time unless the lights are off or something.
Yeah, as long as you're using the mouse, you're fine. But you know, if you're, you know, and you're not going to be looking over at your mouse while you're typing, so you're going to be looking at the screen. So I don't know. I guess it's
not that big a deal, but it's you pay
if you
for
have
what you get, you know, kind of.
You have a very OCD significant other, and they're like, that rotating light is just, then you're gonna have problems. But if it's in your like bedroom or something like that, so it's like at nighttime, it's just like rotating on the ceiling. We don't know, but yeah. So all you got to do to enter the giveaway, it's running until the 8th. So another 6 days, is subscribe to this channel and subscribe to Joel's channel and do some other stuff. So Twitter and Facebook stuff. So, nice. Hey, Jekka Smooth, thank you for joining us here on the Tech Talk. Do you have anything that you want to talk about that you're excited about that's coming out from Computex or anything like that? He just gave us the thumbs up, so you know I figured he's into it, and he's gone. So, well, thanks for joining us, Jack. That was so nice. So,
well, maybe he's back because there's 2 watching now. So.
Yeah, now there's 2 back.
If anybody in there has questions, thank you.
Oh, okay. Carry on.
Hello,
hey,
Chad.
How's it going, man? So we want to get you on sometime. I was thinking about inviting you up. The HTC U11 coverage. Looking forward to more of that that he's got on his channel. So make sure you check out Coach CWC on YouTube. So all right, Chad has his own show on Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern, so 10 a.m. Central, changing the tech scene. Yeah. All right. Okay, cool. Do you have any regular guests that go on with you, Chad? And he's typing, but he would love to be on the show with us. That's awesome. All right. Well, Joel is restarting his computer, and let's see here. I'm very excited about the Surface Pro. Taylor Allen, he's a blogger. I think he's from Houston actually too. So I would like to do a meetup with him maybe or something like that. So let me just send Joel the invite again and get him on. We can talk about this essential phone, y'all. But I recently just got the Logitech C920. Does it look better? Does my face look better with this new lighting, with this new camera?
I think it looks good. It's HD.
Yeah. It's that HD, y'all. I think it's just going through 720 anyways. Oh, and Lan from or Lon from Android Authority is going to be on the show too. Awesome, good deal. Well, we'll have to check that out on Sunday at 10 a.m. Well, that's right when my church is going on, but maybe I can pop in, you know, when the sermon's starting to get boring, be like, I don't know, he's not talking about Jesus enough, so changing the text scene, that's awesome. But
That's funny.
All right, any minute now, Joel's going to be like,
I think you have to invite him.
oh, I did invite him.
Oh, okay. He said
So,
maybe you have to do it again.
Oh, I did it again.
Okay,
I sent it again already.
Cool.
So,
well, he's on that PC Master Race, old school Intel tech. He needs to get an X299, and then he'll be able to get Google Hangouts.
he said he didn't get it. Let me send one more time. Okay. There's another Joel. Yeah, we're using Hangouts, Chad.
Yeah, the brutal Hangouts.
The brutal Google Hangouts. Sometimes we just got some crazy issues going on. But it's showing your avatar. There he is.
Hey-o.
Hey. Join us.
So my my Google Hangouts decided to
avatar. There he is.
Yeah, my Google Hangouts.
Hey.
Hey, I'm hearing
Join
echo
us.
through here. So my my Google Hangouts decided to
There he is.
Yeah, my Google Hangouts. Is it playing through? Oh, it's playing. Oh, I got you. That's what was happening. Cool. Oh my gosh, we're good. My Google Hangouts decided to crash. The plugin crashed, and so wouldn't let me receive the invite. And so I had to like re-download the plugin on Chrome, like real fast. I'm like, this is a nightmare. So, because I had the web app open, but it wouldn't get it through the web app. Like it made me, it was silly. Yeah, there we go. We're good now. Well, cool. Yeah. So hope you guys have been having some fun while I was away, but I'm going to be talking about the Essential phone, which is pretty exciting. So if you don't know, Andy Rubin, co-founder of Android, kind of a big deal. If anybody would launch a smartphone to great success out of a new company, it could be this guy. And he's had his hands on a lot of different things. But here is one that is pretty exciting. And I'm looking forward to the Essential phone. And it's a little bit different here. Josh, I think is it on my screen? Because it's showing Jeremy's on mine.
No, it's showing your screen.
Okay, good. So here's a little bit about it. It is basically bezel-less for all intents and purposes. And the way they did that was they put this their front-facing selfie camera right in the middle there of the screen. And I see the ingenuity there because you're really only missing out of a little bit of the notifications bar there. You're not losing really screen real estate, but they've done a lot of crazy things here, like a little bit of modularity with this magnetic back that a 360 camera, like this barely, a size of a couple quarters here, fits on the back here and just snaps right on. And this is something that we've never really seen anything before with that. There's also a charging dock that you just set down. It magnetically clicks into. So pretty sweet stuff. And then they built it out of titanium and ceramic instead of aluminum and glass. So it still has that premium look and feel, but instead of glass and aluminum, which are potentially a little bit more fragile, it has ceramic and titanium. And they're saying it should last solid concrete, won't even crack it. You can see here that you've got a drop test on the top of it and no indentation on the titanium, which is pretty crazy. I'm really liking this ocean depths look, this green and gold, a little bit out there, but it's fun looking. But as you can see, this bottom bezel here is barely anything. And then obviously no top or side bezels relatively at all. So this is shipping in the next about 3 to 4 weeks. But all the great specs that you would assume to have with 4 gigs of RAM, Snapdragon 835, camera build, etc. So I don't know. I mean, there's not a lot that looks bad with this, other than it's obviously a new company. But given who they are,
The pedigree,
the pedigree.
Yeah.
But what's the quote? Past performance isn't indicative of future success. Is that the quote? So you don't want to just say because Andy Rubin is great, it is going to be great. You're like, oh, it's automatically going to be great, but it does have me pretty excited. Hey, Chad, I didn't even see you join in.
What's going on, guys? Can you guys hear me okay?
Snuck in the back door. You said it.
Awesome. I'm just using my cheesy little Logitech camera, no mic setup. I moved, so everything's still in boxes. It's just a mess over here, but I just want to say, hey, man, I love you guys' show. You guys are doing a really good job, and congrats too, brother, to joining that team over there. That's pretty exciting, huh?
Oh, yeah, with Pocketnow. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, very cool.
I submitted a video to them this week, and so I'm waiting to hear back from the powers that be whether or not it all flew by. But the first 3 runs were thumbs up, so I'm just waiting on the final thing. So
that's awesome, man. You guys are doing a good job. I really love the show. I know I try to catch it as much as I can, but the last month and a half, 2 months has been so crazy with the move.
Yeah, no. I hear you.
I'm in Florida, though. Can you believe that?
Yeah, wow. You're getting beautiful, sunny every day there. It's 80 degrees here today, so I mean it's still sunny and nice.
Yeah, very cool.
And I'm just over here in the swamp in H-Town, so loads of fun.
So the Essentials, man, that phone actually looks really good. I love the ability to add on different components. I think that 360 camera looks really sweet. The fact that you don't have to have a separate battery, I think is going to be a really big deal for that. I love the idea of the module system, but no one's done it right yet. So I think this is a really good shoe in to say, hey, this is something, I almost feel like they're Microsoft, right? Like he's inventing hardware that people are going to steal and then get big and then he'll disappear.
Right?
I hope not. I think he has a lot of potential here, and the magnetic stuff's good. I mean, obviously the Moto mod did well for what it was. It could be a lot better, but that was a good iteration. We'll see if the Moto 2 X2 will do better. I think it has potential. I'm always excited with the project, the Google Project Aria type stuff with that, but we'll see. That
looks like a Rubik's Cube, though, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It did.
Like it's gonna transform into a snake.
I love that you don't have to turn it off, because that was the biggest fail of LG G5 was how are you gonna have a modular phone that you turn off?
Yeah, that's pretty dumb.
To pump it in. Jeremy had the idea of like, why couldn't they just have like a 300 milliamp hour battery in the top of the phone? That it connects into, so there's not a knockoff of your time. A 10-15 minute range on that's all you need to be able to pop it in.
Just enough to be able to swap the modules out. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, but
quick.
They don't consult me though, just a genius over.
The prodigy.
Yeah.
Hey, patent that right now, man. Patent it right now.
All right, somebody write that down.
Exactly.
No, that'll be perfect.
The napkin patent.
Yep.
So,
no, but I mean, he said they said what, 4 weeks till they send it out. Chad, you have a reservation on it, right?
I do, yeah. That's awesome. What estimated time frame is. Yeah, it's 3 to 4 weeks. Hopefully because I signed up first day, we'll get it right away. And the cool thing was too is that if you do this, reservation thing, that add-on 360 camera was only like $50. So
I saw that, yeah, and but otherwise it's what, 150 or 100?
I think it was 100.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Put me on it, but still, I mean, even at $100, that's a great deal, because I think the phone is, I want to say it was $699. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah. But I'm not sure if that goes up after reservation.
That's a good question.
Because
I think that's the baseline, but I'm not sure.
Okay, because I could have swore there was a line through it, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure. But
I see the line on here. It says $199 for the 360 camera, but only $50 if you add it on. So $200, that makes more sense for a 360 camera.
Yeah, exactly. Now you're getting up. Now, who was it? Bain Tech. I don't know if you guys know him or not, Joshua over at Bain Tech. Quick plug for you, Josh. But anyways, when we were over in Taiwan, I wish I knew the name of it, but he had a great 360 camera too that actually plugged into the USB-C port and did the same type of thing. It had its own battery module, but it was, I mean, it was nice. The second you plugged it in, the app knew to open up. It was, you know, free flowing. I'm like, that's
Insta360.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, Juan Carlos with Pocketnow, he has one, and it's really nice. Just put it right at the bottom in USB-C. They also have micro USB and Lightning ones, and it just pops off the bottom, and you can hold it like your phone, and it's really nice.
Great. Yeah, it was really good. And actually, the camera was good quality. Because usually, especially with the older Samsung and stuff, when you put it on there, like it looked pretty rough. I mean, it looked like a cheap stitched up.
Yeah.
The resolution isn't the best with that,
it's
but
like, oh man, this is amazing. Then you turn your head and was like, why is that big blurry line there?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Or somebody with two heads,
It was cool that you could continue to swipe on that application and it would move the camera. Now I thought that was really cool. Instead of you manipulating the camera and just having it have a one side basically. I thought that was pretty neat. That has a lot of cool things. Think about it. If we're at a conference or something and we're holding that up and we want to get the perfect shot, instead of dinking around, trying to do it, we could go behind us, in front of us. I mean, there could be some cool applications of that, I think.
Yeah.
Well, and of course they're going to come out with Bluetooth controllers, that you can just basically just have it in your hand while you have it on a tripod and do all that kind of stuff. It's coming.
Yeah, that would be great too. You're right. That would be really cool. Yeah, little like Mogu joystick controllers, or Mogo or whatever they were called. Yeah, like joypad.
Yeah.
That would
the software is starting to catch up too, because I know that that's one of the biggest issues is editing like 2K or 4K 360 footage is just crazy. And to work in Premiere or whatever. Samsung has their like proprietary stuff that works with the gear, but it like only work so it's weird. So that's one of the things is there is a big learning curve there, getting it to work with 360.
Paul's Hardware just had a video. He was doing an epic streaming build, and he was showing coming out of his GH5 into his capture cards, and he was doing it raw, no encoding or anything like that, no compression. And he was like, it was like 40 gigs like for 1 minute. Like it was like super huge.
You gotta have like a super
computer catches on fire.
Oh my gosh.
Let me just pull out my petabyte NAS I just have laying around.
Yeah.
Linus Tech Tips.
Smoking. The lights are blinking.
No doubt. I mean, he's
5 terabyte drives in there.
He's got the viewership to do that, but he's still like sensible and like, hey, you don't need all that crazy crap that Linus has.
Because they do have a petabyte, right?
They've got a freaking warehouse, so I don't know how many servers they have now. Like they had that whole server crash thing, and that video that was hilarious. But yeah, so. Well, hey man, it was really nice to have you for a brief time here, Chad. And
thanks for having me, guys. It was really cool.
Yeah, we'll definitely check out your show on Sunday and
Sunday.
Oh yes,
11 a.m.
11 Eastern. So, but would love to do some collabs sometime or something like that. And so basically, you buy everything that you review, or how much stuff do you get in house?
I don't get. I literally buy everything. I mean, every gadget that you see that on my stuff. I mean, literally.
Wow. Well, I just need to start donating plasma and all that.
Yeah, well, yeah. If I didn't have my day job, I wouldn't be able to do this. I get asked that quite a bit. Like, how do you do what you're doing? And honestly. And for you, the viewers that are watching, if you want to get into the tech space, it is expensive. But the nice thing about this stuff is, when you buy these phones and, you get all this different stuff, the good thing is you can resell it. The resale value actually holds up pretty well. So, you're going to end up taking a hit on it. So each phone, you're going to lose about 100. Now, when we're talking about, my big laptops and things like that, I take a much bigger hit on that. But I'm also able to get more videos out, so I can do, you know, application software videos and how-tos and things like that. So the way that I look at it is it's just a marketing write-off. But yeah, there's no way. I mean, I literally spent, I don't know, $60,000 or $70,000 of my own money from October to now, which is really when I started doing this. So yeah, I wouldn't I wouldn't say, yeah, go crazy, but for you new guys, you know, go out and pick something up and then just do 20 videos on it.
Yeah.
You know, I see a lot of these guys, they'll get the S8 Plus and be like, all right, now I'm going to do like 80 videos. Well, that's great. I mean, do it, right? Content is king. Get it out. Get the
I have the Surface Pro gaming benchmark market down on lock. So
that's why I don't do them. The gaming.
You're about to see about like 100 videos on the Surface Pro i5 and then 100 more on the i7 coming out.
The new edition.
Like the Razer products.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, you know, I do that's kind of my target market is the higher end equipment.
Is that the stealth?
Honestly, yeah, and honestly, the reason I did that is because the space isn't, you know, as heavy, because obviously people aren't going out and, you know, buying these $3,000 systems.
Except for me.
Ridiculous.
Well, that was the thing too, is, you know, the only reason I got into doing gaming benchmarks for the Surface, the Pro 4, was that the main guys in the YouTube, the Surface Pro Gamer, didn't buy one at launch, and everybody on Reddit was just like, hey, does anybody can see if it runs Dota 2? And I was like, of course it runs Dota 2.
No, I think it's great, man, because we got to have channels too where, you know, the everyday Joe, everything you would buy, you know, trust me, I would love to get into the sub $700 laptops and the $1,000 deals and stuff. But honestly, my marketing idea right now is just to get into the really high stuff until I get the numbers, and then I can come back with, hey, here's a, you know, an iPad or a $500 gaming laptop, you know what I mean, with a basic 1050 Ti or something. But until that point, I mean, honestly, because I'm such a small channel, I feel like I'd just be drowned by, you know, all the Lisa from Mobile Tech Review, plug for you, Lisa, you know, all the other people.
No doubt.
It's finding a niche. It's finding, you know, your market and figuring out kind of who you got. Like, if I did the same type of video Josh did on my channel, I'll probably get a lot less views because, you know, that's not the people that are subscribing. That's not the, you know, target I'm hitting. And so it's finding what you enjoy, what you want to do, and just going for it, I think.
It's funny, too. You're right, because your audience will kind of, like, you're going to be forever now the Microsoft Pro guy. You know what I mean?
Because, and it's YouTube uses that algorithm. They know that I have a lot of Surface Pro content.
That's right.
They'll suggest my new videos to other people that are watching other Surface videos. It's awesome. So, you know, you got to stick with what you got. And unless you're...
You know, like when these phones started coming out, I started doing phone reviews. And I mean, I was doing like 30-minute. I thought they were pretty decent reviews, and I get like 600 views on them after, you know, 6 months. It's because people didn't know me as the phone guy.
Right.
I'm like, well, that market's so saturated either, you know. Anyway, so I just bailed out. And now, of course, I'm back because that's the cool thing right now. There's not any, you know, big gaming news stuff out, but it is funny. It's a finicky market, you know. You guys will end up being known as the drone guy or the phone guy or the gaming laptop guy or
it happens. But, you know, it's just a hobby for me. You know, I'm not looking to go crazy on it unless it just blows up and I start making more money than I do with my regular day job. So, but
well, I won't keep you guys, man. But hey, I really do appreciate you having me on. You guys are doing a great job, and I'll continue to watch and make sure that my audience is watching you guys too. So.
Yeah, thank you, Chad. Appreciate it.
Man. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, take it easy.
Nice meeting you.
All right, well, I think that will wrap things up. But Joel, do you have anything coming up in the pipeline here pretty soon?
I'm doing a 8 months with the LG V20. A lot of people have been asking in the comments lately, like, hey, just dropped a big price gap down since the G6 now got a price cut. So did the V20. So I'm going to be doing a video on that. I have a video for Pocketnow coming out hopefully this weekend if I get approved, and some other stuff like that. So a lot of stuff I have on the burner. Just got to get at it and do it.
Nice. All right, Germs, you got anything coming up in the pipelines?
Yeah, we'll probably be doing another book giveaway potentially here in the next week or two. And then be looking out for different business tech ideas, security, how to make your business better from a technology standpoint, and the like. So,
all right, good deal.
checking it out.
And I'm going to be selling my Surface Pro 4. What are you doing? But, you know, it's only 2 weeks away that
Onward and upward.
the next Surface Pro comes out. So be looking forward to all that content, and any suggestions on what games you want to see first. Keep it locked here, as well as the giveaway link in the description for gaming mice. Make sure you get your entries in. So 6 days, you might be one of the 3 winners. All right.
Josh, does Mist? Do you think Mist is going to run on it?
Mist will run on the Surface Pro.
1993 Mist or something.
No doubt, no doubt. So, all right. Well, thanks everyone for watching and chiming in. Very special guest Chad Christian being on the show. Definitely check out his show on Sunday at 11 Eastern on his channel. I'll put a link in the description as well. And thanks so much for watching, guys. And as always, keep it surfacey. Woo!